go where there's unimaginable things that just don't make sense. It's not as easy as binary. We're not talking about 001011101.
Well, that was rude.
Well, yeah, look, I'm just trying to be honest with you. You ready for some excitement? When you want to go see something really cool?
Yes?
You need to head over to a space near the emo space. There's a little area known as Bogey.
I'm an intern, and I'm here to intern the whole entirety of this whole thing, and I just need something else to wear. So I just need to. I need this. I was not fitted for my uniform yet, as you can see. So if I could just borrow these. I wouldn't want to distract people from their work by looking as I look now, you know? So, yeah, just need these.
Yeah. I mean, like, you live, die, my favorite.
And he says, no, my dear, this map would be very old.
Where does this map lead?
You see, that's the thing, my dear. No one's sure.
I very well may have what you're looking for. It is ancient. It is made of some type of cured leather. On the edges are gleam feathers that are kind of like woven into it. On each of the four corners, there are little O-ring crystalline gems. And etched comes from like the claw of an emu.
He's no Indiana Jones, and he just rolls up this map. And you see him like open his jacket and like tuck it into fur, and it's gone. Well, perhaps there's
I'm so
something...
sorry, James and Picasso.
No, I'm not, James.
Don't you apologize to him.
I'm not. Arise, minions, and welcome to unMadeGaming. We are here for the episode of Starstruck, where we're headed into space. And what? What's that? What's that right there? Is that Wally who's joining us finally? Finally, we get our newest player. Yes, it is. That is one entire Wally. If you guys like what we do here, you want to support the channel, check out that Patreon link down below for all kinds of behind-the-scenes exclusives, cool art, rad things, and just generally good times over there. While you're down there, hit that Discord link, join us in the Discord, be a part of the community, be a part of the conversation, and as always, the bottom right-hand corner over there, you'll see the corruption bar. That bar serves two purposes. One is when that bar fills, Gnome gets to do the hell he wants to us. So far, it's been all right. And two, every single dollar that goes into that bar goes back to these wonderful, amazing faces that you see here before you. That being said, Gnome, take us into space.
That being said, we are going to go to space. And right off the bat, y'all, we need to welcome a new character. So we're gonna take some time as the camera fades from black. Wally, welcome. It's wonderful to have you back at the table.
It's good to be back.
What are you doing? What are you up to?
So what is Sparksy doing? I would say that you see Sparksy pretty much beginning their work day. And Sparksy's work day is a very busy job. Sparksy maintains ships that stop here at this rest stop. It is their job to go out and give ships the once over, give it the good, like, tune up, give it a good spritz on the windshield and wipe that down. You know, give it the give it the once over so that people are ready to get in and out and they do whatever they need to do here at this rest stop and their ship is ready to go right afterwards.
How would you say Sparksy's mood is right now? Is it kind of like is it a typical day for Sparksy, or I don't know, how are they feeling right now?
Boy, I love to work. I love starting my day off fresh and bright. Time for me to go out there and starting my day by bringing smiles on people's faces.
He likes his job.
Sparksy, everybody. And one final question.
Yes.
What does Sparksy look like?
So Sparksy is a Peacecraft. Peacecrafts are big, bulky robot people that look like they are tools of war, but Sparksy is different. Sparksy's a lot smaller than your usual Peacecraft. They are actually very small, like about 2 feet tall. They are cute little humanoid legs, little tiny arms, adorable large head, looks like the size of like a gnome basically. And instead of like a face with gears and joints that make the articulation, their face is completely flat, like it is a screen was just molded onto this head, because their face is just a screen that has a face on it, 2 eyes and a mouth, no nose, because why would a Peacecraft need a nose? But their face is just this cute little like screen on their gnome-sized head that does all the talking.
I love this. I love that we have 2 Peacecrafts in our party. There's a lot of potential when you have two mecha life forms. A lot of fun. A lot of fun can be had. So Sparksy, boy oh boy, they're so dang excited to just be doing their job, which is quite interesting because you have a 2-foot Peacecraft. In comparison, Tink, you were 8 feet, 10 feet, 15
I'm
feet.
big.
You, yeah, big. Tink big. Tink real big. So you see ships come and go all the time. You get to meet all sorts of people from all over Olaxis. You've heard about their adventures. You've heard about their tragedies. You've just, there's something special about the kind of job that you do and the people that you meet. And today in particular, you will end up meeting some fascinating characters. However, the first one that you're going to meet is going to kind of land and load it into the docking area in this very small and wide, almost saucer, like stereotypical saucer looking spaceship. And they land, and their landing procedures have all been activated. Like the gas tank, opens up, and like a couple other panels open up. Clearly, they've been to a couple space ships. I want to just say truck stop. Starstruck is just Star Truck stop at this point.
A Spuck Trap is what it is.
Spuck Trap?
Spuck Stop.
Spucks. Trap. Spucks.
That's the whole stream, guys.
Just fill the silence with laughter, right? It works all the time. Nobody steps out of this vehicle just yet. But do you start servicing it?
Yeah, Sparksy heads out of the little booth that they're always sitting in, and they head out. They look at the saucer. They run back inside, and they come out with a little like backpack on that has a little like nozzle attached to it, and they head over to the ship, and their little like feet, the little feet just kind of like the bottoms of the feet glow a bit as they hover up off the ground as little rocket boots kick in, and they fly over to the windshield. And when they fly, they make that noise that the cars and the Jetsons would make. Go, he hovers over to it, and they wave into the window like, and there's no sound because they're trying to speak through the window. So like,
So you see through the window, they had like the solar panels on so that when you're out in space, you don't want the sun's rays getting into your vehicle, and you don't need to see outside of you don't need a window in the spaceship. You don't need one. It's there more for mental health.
Yeah, yeah.
At that point. But there's just a lot of darkness in space, except for a star.
I'm learning so much.
and it's just like and kind of pulls off to the side and opens up, and you see in this small, short but wide spaceship is this giant stone crystal-like creature who's how he got in here, I guess we'll find out when they have to get out, because they basically, their knees are like small mountains that are pushed up to their chest. Their arms are wrapped around their legs, and they are holding onto very tiny, like controllers. And there's just not enough room to wave, but the creature moves its hand very slowly and just does a slow wave before just like using a couple fingers here and there to push some buttons. And eventually you hear the sound of like beep, 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 as like the vehicle depressurizes and the little tiny dome up top just like boop, pops open. And inside now you can fully see a massive, possibly the largest Orin you have ever seen. And the Orin, for those who are just joining us for Bryte, are stone-like creatures. They are made completely of crystals of some sort. Excuse me. And this one in particular just looks like the inside of a cave brought to life. There are, it's got its own stalactites, just kind of like hanging off in different parts, almost like a beard forming, right? I think it's stalagmites go down, stalactites go up.
Stalagmites stand mightily, while stalactites hang tightly.
Look at that. You don't get an
devices,
advantage
y'all.
because we don't really, I can't give you an extra thing to a dice roll, but you know, we learned something today.
I've
something today.
I've never heard that one.
Wait, you never heard that? Really?
No, so
No,
I've
it's
always
brilliant.
I've always heard that the stalagmites might reach the top, and stalactites hang tightly to the ceiling. But yours, I like that one better. That one was good.
Yeah, that
was
one's
good.
just witty.
I think I heard it in like Alvin and the Chipmunks once. Or
That's
something.
even better.
It's a very Magic School Bus thing. So there are stalactites that hang down to form like a beard. And every time that this being moves, it is as if like a little earthquake in his own body happens. You can just hear the joints crumbling, little bits of pieces of stone and crystal just kind of cracking and falling off, as eventually one leg, another leg, and he kind of squats down so that he can be about eye level to where you had flown up to. Man, this creature's got to be 30 feet tall, maybe. I mean, just impressively large.
Sparksy's like the size of their head.
Yeah, huge, big boy, and he looks over to you with this very stone-like face, but seeing you so excited and just having welcomed him so delightfully, you could see this crack forming in his mouth, where as he starts to smile and the beard kind of shifts down, you could see these beautiful crystal teeth. It almost looks like diamonds. Untreated diamond, very raw diamonds, but diamonds nonetheless. And he just looks to you.
Ah, good day.
Hello there. My name is Sparksy. I will be servicing your ship this fine afternoon. Is there anything you would like as a special request before I get started on my work?
Yes, please. I am looking for something that would make my vessel smell nice.
Oh, boy, sir. Well, you are more than lucky.
And they fly right into the little booth and then fly back out. And in their hands, like hanging on all of their fingers, are a bunch of little pine trees of different colors. And they hold up each one, telling them what the different scents are. And they're like,
well, you see right here, we have Blue Nova Crystal. We have Nebula Orange. We also have, now, this one is my favorite. I worked very hard to make sure we have several copies of this, but don't tell anyone about this. They may go off the shelves very fast, but we just got Triborium Green.
Ooh.
And the giant just does like a big, and that's too big of a breath for me. You ever breathe in too much and you feel it like lock?
yep.
Just as the creature inhales, basically the force, the sheer force of inhalation sucks up about half of the product that you had displayed out in front of him, and
I will take all of these. Just
kind of points to his nose that have already come in there, but will very carefully reach down and take hold of, you said the Triborium green?
Yeah.
We'll reach down and take that one and just place it by his nose.
I see why this one is so special. Did you make this on your own?
Actually, yes. Well, you see, it is actually very difficult for me to make anything with sense because I don't have a scent for it. It's because I have no nose.
You feel the ground now that he is connected to the ground. Well, you don't feel it, but you can hear it because you're floating, right?
Yeah.
Just start to shake and to vibrate as like this belly laughter has to slowly move up his body and just
Ha! 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 Good one, little one. Ha! 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 I require only fuel and will be on my way. Thank you for this. I will store it somewhere for safe keeping.
And you watch as he kind of like very carefully balances it on the tip of his finger, right? And moves it towards his ear and just kind of starts to twist and turn and bend his finger through the cavern of his ear and eventually ding, sets it down. If you were to kind of like look off to the side of the head and kind of peer through, you could see almost like a little glow coming from inside the ear, as if other treasures were kept there too.
Wow. You keep all your fancy stuff in there?
Anytime I come across a very special being, I take a token often given and put it somewhere that is hidden. Ha 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 ha.
Wow. Well, I guess you're gonna have the freshest smelling canal in all of the galaxy.
I will. If you don't mind, I have one more question for you.
Oh, of course. It is my duty as a service robot to attend the needs and the necessities of all customers that come through here.
You do not belong here. Your services are required elsewhere.
Wait, you mean I'm not supposed to be here? Is there another truck stop I'm supposed to be at? Is it a bigger truck stop?
No, little one, not a truck stop. You are destined for something much greater than fueling starships.
I get to change the oil.
Close. What if I told you, little one, are capable of changing all of Olaxis?
Well, I would laugh because that's a funny joke. So here I go.
His face is stoic and unwavering, clearly very serious about his words to you.
This is no laughing matter. matter, Sparksy of the Star Station? I have wandered very far in search of you.
Wow. I mean, if you know my name, I guess there's some truth to it. Well, who's going to take care of the space stop while I'm gone?
I can maintain your position for the time being until the galaxy is safe once more.
Well, okay. To let you know, we have a delivery tomorrow of snacks, so you better be ready to pick them up and sign for it.
I am hardly ever late.
Well, okay. I don't know if you'll be big enough to fit in the booth, though. Kind of take up the whole booth. Actually, you're just about as big as the booth. Hold on a second.
And they zoom inside the booth, and there's like a little bit of shuffling is heard from inside the booth, and they fly back out, and they pull out, like in their hand, they're holding something very large in their hand, and they fly over to them, and they unfold this paper hat and sets it on top of their head, then holds up a sign that's like a 3x2 like large sign, and puts it on their chest, and their hand spins and it turns into like what looks like a little laser gun, like a laser cannon, but the tip just glows brightly, and they hold it at the little sign, and they look up at this guy and they say,
Okay, what's your name?
My name. Oops. Lols. Now y'all know the secret.
Thank you, Voice Mod, for partnering with me to make these voices happen.
Can I just be rude for a second and take a moment to appreciate that Gnome still does the voice a little? Voice Mod is doing the work, but not all of it. We now know that some of it is no.
Look, I'm still prepubescent, okay? My voice can't go that deep. All right. See.
Or dog. I don't. Okay. My name would take many moon cycles to pronounce, but you can call me Sal.
Sal. Okay. Sal.
and Sal now has a pit stop employee official paper hat, just like the one Sparksy is wearing, and a little name tag that says, "Hello, my name is Sal. I'll be servicing you today."
Now remember, Sal.
And they fly up to be like face to face with them.
You're not just wearing that hat. You're representing this space station, okay? It's serious business. People come in here and they expect good service with a smile and cheerfulness, okay? There are two things we provide. We provide fuel and snacks. Our main snacks are grinders and lemonade.
grinder and lemonade.
Yep, grinders and lemonade.
And then he goes through the whole process of how they make the lemonade in the morning. Like there's a long process, and then they go through the process of how they prepare the meats for the sandwiches that they make at the station. And it's a long
just
process.
trading.
Yeah.
It's like this trading montage of this itty bitty robot and this giant Orin.
And they are just putting them through like workers in orientation and all of that stuff. And at the end of this long montage, Sparksy like does the whole thing of it. Like there's a scene in the montage where Sal is like finally getting it how to like churn the lemonade, and Sparksy is in the background like. And when the montage is over, Sparksy is like sitting on Sal's shoulder as they look out towards the distance as a nebula slowly twirls in the sky, sitting on Sal's shoulder.
Sal, you did a lot of work in the past hour. You're very good. I'm proud to say I can leave this station in your hands.
Thank you, Sparksy. I will now leave the fate of the galaxy in yours.
And he takes his pinky and kind of digs into his ear. And there we go. And pulls out a business card. Just a business card. And he hands it over to you. It's a normal size business card. It's just like a sliver to him. And on that business card says Grand Explorer, Trader, Wanderer of the Galaxy, fine goods and rare artifacts. Jiminy something. I forgot your fucking name.
But
because it's not.
Have you ever seen the Santa Claus with Tim Allen? You know how it's written around the edge. That's where all the titles go. It just goes like several times. It looks like a border, and it's Jiminy Onus Arrow.
Onus, there you go.
They're looking at that. Golly, that's a name. All of those letters. Huh. So where am I supposed to find this? Jimmy.
You can find them on Golgi. They tend to deal there often.
Okay, Golgi. All right, that's it.
And they hop off Sal's shoulder and they like walk into like the middle of this, like the little pit stop area, like of the gas where the gas pumps are at. And they stand in like the middle of the gas pump area like this.
It's in that way.
Why don't you take my vessel?
A spaceship of my own?
Yeah?
Wow. This is awesome. Wait.
They fly into the little booth and they come back out holding like these long, this very long, like pieces of paper that look like they're about like 7 feet long each. And they run over to the ship and they slap one of these pieces of paper on one side of the ship, then run to the other side, they slap it on the other. And then their hand turns into a little like water nozzle and they spray it on the one piece of paper. They run to the other side, they spray it on the other piece of paper. And then they grab the paper and they peel it off. And the ship now has lightning bolts on it. There.
Now it's really fast. lightning bolts mean it can go faster. Also, flames means it goes faster too. But with your flames, that means you're just fast, not speedy and agile. I would like to present the illusion that I am both speedy and agile, and not just speed.
You truly are special. Find Jiminy Onus Arrow. They will lead you to where you need to go. But be cautious of those around you. The galaxy is full of danger.
Oh.
Always remember.
And he kind of lifts up his hand and reaches very carefully to tap your chest. Just with like a wild amount of control to not crush you or even push you. Just a very gentle tap to the center of your chest.
No matter where you are in this universe, there is only one of you. You are special. Sparksy of the Star Station. The power to save all lies within you.
Wait for the hand. Oh, can I just take your navigation device off your ship? I actually don't need this spaceship.
Oh, yeah, I mean, whatever you need, it's cool.
Okay, thank you.
And they scurry up into the ship, and you just hear a loud clanging and banging noises, a lot of and parts are flying out of the ship, and they come back out with the little navigation computer, and they like attach it to their arm that do like a little bit of like, you know, little technician work, and attach them like, okay.
All right, activating navigation system. This direction. All right, south. You take care of the space station. You take care of the spaceship. And well, thanks.
Safe travels, Sparksy.
And he just kind of starts to wave. It is slow and long.
And
okay.
Sparksy does like a little run, and they run, and they jump up, and their feet, which were two individual rocket thrusters, just flare up large, like powerful, and they just go, they shoot off into space with a little like a trail of light following behind them as they ping off into the distance. Because I took the space flight perk.
Like, you kind of have to, right?
Yeah.
Like, the option's there. You kind of have to.
If the option is there for a cute little robot to fly through space, I'm going to take it.
Now, what's great, though, is that you still move slowly through space compared to, like, an actual space.
So, you see them
it's going to take you a while to get
through
there.
space, and they are just having the time of their life, making a little Jetsons car noise as they are going,
My name is Sparksy, gonna save the universe. I am gonna find someone named someone named Jimmy.
as they're just flying through space.
As we watch Sparksy kind of just careen through the galaxy on their way to Gulgi, we're gonna go ahead and shift the camera back down planet side to where we see Lopa and Tink. I believe when we last left off, you were both about to head to a cave or to some area nearby that was beautiful. I believe that was the case. All right, why don't we go ahead and pick up there? The two of you were leaving the restaurant run by Lalani's Meats, I believe is what we. It was just a simple name for a simple restaurant.
Yes, but a very influential restaurant that Lopa will never forget. So yeah, we got our supplies and got all the things that one organic and one inorganic might need. And we are on our way, going that way, because that's what the map says that I was given. So the place that we're going to is supposedly very, very pretty because of the stuff that's inside of the cave.
Right.
Mhm.
I'm very glad that we're going together. I am okay with not remembering you. But I'm still glad that we're together right now. I will keep forgetting you as we go.
I will what's the word? Amend? Yes, amend. I will amend what I asked you to do. Since we are now together, there is really no need for you to waste energy, bandwidth, whatever you use. You don't need to use the energy to forget me anymore, since we're going to be together, since it's no longer a liability for me to be known, because you won't be saying anything to anyone because you're going to be with me. So you can begin to collect information about me. You no longer have to delete me.
Okay. Save file, Lopa. Okay.
And then Lopa like tilts her head, and her ears kind of go like hearing almost the mechanism of you saving, and like squats down and puts their ears next to your chest and going like, what is that?
You hear like just like when you put your ear to her chest, you hear almost nothing until you listen really, really close and she stops moving. And then you hear and the dial-up noises play. Tink's not a very advanced robot. Still working on dial-up.
Oh, interesting.
Mhm.
I've never heard a processor before. Interesting. Okay. And I stand back up and go, okay, off we go. We are going into a cave that the nice person from that restaurant back there told us about. And I guess you can save this in your memory banks too. What would be the harm? Nothing bad could actually happen from this decision I am about to make. I am trying to find many, many things in the universe to see and do. It's kind of like, I don't know if you know what a bucket list is. Do you know what a bucket list is?
And Tink can't close her eyes because her eyes are stickers, but she she does kind of do a head tilt for a moment, and you hear sort of a little like noise, just Yes. Things that die like to do things before they die. You want to do things before you die.
Yes.
I can help.
Yes.
I would like to help.
You are helping by being right beside me and making sure that anything that might want to hurt me does not hurt me because organics are squishy and you are not.
Lopa, you've told me something. Can I tell you something?
Yes.
I can help. And Tink lifts up her like little robot-y hands, and then they like spin really fast and turn into guns. And she's like, I won't let anyone hurt you while you do your bucket list.
And then the ears that were up are now back and scared. like
Hands.
Do you know how to use those? Have you ever used those? Have you ever aimed at that? Do you have bullets in you? How do you what?
No, not bullets. More like rays of pure death.
Rays of death. Okay. And then I'm no longer scared. And go like, okay. So that's somehow less intimidating to Lopa than bullets and lasers. It's a vague laser of death. So everything's fine, no longer scared, and I am confident that you will be able to do the thing that I am asking you to do. And in exchange, I will do my very best to make sure that you don't get squeaky and can't move no more.
Oh, thank you. Yes, that's very important and helps with these.
Yes, we do not want those to get squeaky, rusty, and not point in the right direction. And yeah, that would be bad. So definitely gonna take care of those. So, and we've been moving as we've been talking.
Yes, yes.
Besides the part where you spun your laser guns at me, we stopped then.
Yeah, just for a moment. Quick moment for that. Yeah.
How far away was the town to the cave? What does the map say?
It's not that far at all. If one of the suns were still out, you'd probably be able to make it to the cave just as it was setting.
Okay. Cool. So we get there, I guess. Maybe back at the mouth of the cave, maybe?
I'm actually gonna have you both roll for me.
Okay.
Because you're kind of going on you're doing a little travel here. And how is your map reading skill? How is your kind of wilderness ability? How are you surviving out there? Getting a little ways from civilization off to this, I mean, fairly like vacation destination type location. That's a lot of Asians there. Don't like that. Go. What would you roll? What would you both of you in this situation?
You first.
I would roll. I would assume that I would roll my streetwise for this. I think.
Sure.
Which I will go ahead and do. Hey, get.
Okay. And Lupa?
I am also was on the thought of doing streetwise, so I'm gonna do that.
Yeah,
now.
it's totally fine.
What's the complexity?
2.
All right.
That's not difficult. You have a map, so all right, fantastic. Yeah, it doesn't take you long to reach there. The map is very clear. You're both very knowledgeable at how to decipher and process maps, and you start making your way towards this beautiful cave. And we will go ahead and start you off at the mouth of the cave. And I'd like to paint this scene where you have this tall piece craft and this small and the two of them are silhouetted by the sunset that is behind them, painting the sky in beautiful colors of greens and purples and a little bit of orange, kind of like shifting through against the atmosphere up at the very top of the planet. And the light that makes it through into the cave already has the colors inside dancing. Although the walls are black and dark, the light that is just shining through each little tiny crystal almost makes it appear like a rope. You could see the beams of light as they reflect all around and just create these almost impossibly beautiful um the word, like, geometric shapes and patterns along the wall of the cavern, keeping it well lit on the inside. And there's not much there. You could maybe have seen a couple footprints from some other creatures, some other species have clearly been here. This is a well-known area, but it is clean. It is just beautiful.
This is nice. Right?
You can classify this as pretty nice. And Lopa has like a bit of titter in her voice, as if she's overwhelmed by the sight that she's seeing. So she's slightly distracted, but also acknowledges that, yes, this is beautiful, but also like, wow. And almost as if by just subconsciously, she goes into her sack that she's had since she's escapade, and pulled out something that looks like it shouldn't exist in this era, but somehow it exists. So it's like a cross between a Kodak camera and a camera obscura. That's what's in their hand right now. And she picks up the device, pushes the button, causing a flash across the whole entirety of the escape that she's pointed at, and then out spits a picture of the thing that she just took a picture of. And after that happens, and she looks at the picture, she kind of snaps out of the autopilot she was in, and her ears twitch and go, okay, right, and puts the picture away. Yes, this is a thing that I wanted to see. I didn't get to see a lot of this when I was at home.
Well, do you want to see more? Should we go inside? Or did you just want a picture?
Picture?
That's what you took, right? A picture?
Guess. Well, I'm not sure about any pictures, but it would be nice to continue to go inside and see if there's anything else that's nice to see.
Good. Okay. And Tink does sort of like a little maneuver with her hand and does like a little flashlight beam coming out of it. It's like, let me investigate, Lopa. Like, turns the corners. It looks safe so far.
You do a good job.
You go ahead.
Doing a good job.
Tink's head's on the swivel.
Awesome. I'm so proud of you. And then I do fist pumps. And then I stop doing fist pumps and go like, okay, that's enough. Oh. We're gonna keep going inside. If we keep flashing the flashlights, we don't get to see all the prettiness that's happening naturally. So let's keep going.
point.
In.
Okay.
All right. So you continue to kind of go spelunking a little bit and wander deep into the cave. Through paths that are very well traveled. Clearly, again, there's heavy foot traffic, through most of these areas. But you notice a section where there appears to have maybe been like some sort of cave-in. The lights still bouncing off and through the little stones that you can kind of see through. If you were to take a look inside, you almost can see. Is that like a figure? Is somebody inside this cave-in? What would you do? What do you want to do?
Lopa, do you know this place
I'm
well?
muted. I'm just like ears flickering, and then my ears go backwards, and then I kind of take 2 steps back and 2 steps to the side behind Tink. And I say, can you put your flashlight over there? And I point towards where I see a silhouette of some kind.
And Lopa, do you know this place well?
No, I do not. This is all new. I don't know anything about this place.
Okay. I'm turning on investigation mode.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to, like, whatever your volume controls are, I'm gonna need you to put them like to 1. Awesome.
Okay.
Perfect.
Do we want to maybe ask it what it is, though?
Soon.
Okay.
We're gonna move very close. Very close, slowly.
Hold on. And Tink just kind of takes out a vial and just gives a little. Sorry, I can do my skincare and role play at the same time. So, and and then Tink's like shh, like suddenly becomes.
Good job. Keep going. Okay. And I'm just gonna keep going like this.
I'll get as close as I can before, like, literally just on top of whatever's happening.
Yeah. You're gonna have to move some of the rocks in order to get through to the other side. So is there something you'd like to roll for that?
Yes. Yes. Yeah, decorum. I know that it's not the best skill for the job, but I think that I'm just redecorating. And I know decorum does not mean decorate, but it sounds like it, so I'm going to do that.
Please tell me how you are going to use. You could use any skill you want.
I know, but I haven't.
How are you bullshitting this with decorum?
I am just going to pretend like
I think
I'm
you did
in
it.
here.
You said decorate sounds like decorum, so I'm gonna use decorum, and that sounds like a bullshit answer. And
that is a very unmade game.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Okay. So
go ahead and roll that. Roll complexity of 3.
That's an unmade.
Oh wait,
answer
complexity of 3. Okay. No.
Oh, unfortunately, the rocks didn't want to rearrange themselves, despite your very polite questioning of them.
Those are rude
They
rocks.
they didn't want to do you a favor. And the rocks stay there.
Okay.
The shadowy figure from beyond still present.
You did a good job. You did your best.
That's extremely nice of you because I failed. But
It's okay.
do you have another idea?
I do. I need you to turn off. Like, can you make that light of yours not so bright? Like maybe the dimmest possible.
Yeah. Well, it's an LED, so I can, and so it dims like to a very faint color.
Okay. Can I say that I have some sort of dark vision or not?
Cats can see kind of decently in the dark compared to humans that don't exist here. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna have Tank point her ray of very dim light into where we're basically peeking at this figure and have her aim up a smidgen so that it's hitting the ceiling. So that way it's cascading light in that area very subtly. So I can try and figure out who the heck is that and can see them a little bit. So that's what I'm trying to do. So I relay that information to Tink.
Okay.
I of course follow Lopa's instructions.
All right. Lopa, why don't you go ahead and make me a roll? This one actually might be like some sort of perception or investigation type roll because it's a little more specific.
I'll go with perception.
And with the cleverness of utilizing your friend, we'll go ahead and put it a complexity of 2.
Oh, neat.
We'll knock it down a point.
Okie dokie. Fingers crossed. Yes.
Okay. Lopa, you see with your Eno eyes as you're kind of peering through just some of the crystalline shapes, which are very clearly distorting much of what is beyond them. But it appears to be humanoid of some nature, unmoving. You're not sure whether or not it's organic or inorganic. It doesn't appear to be a rock structure. It's there is maybe something like maybe every so often Tink kind of shifts the light just a little bit and some light will bounce off of it a bit more. And you see it kind of glisten, like there's like a pile of little glistening things on the base.
Shiny. Also unnecessary, but shiny. And then Lopa's just kind of like squatting there trying to make up her frightened mind on what to do, because she could just squirrel into the hole and see what's going on in there, but
you could not as Lopa. Well,
how small is this hole? I should ask that.
like
It's small.
Yeah, it's small. It's small. It's a small hole. I mean, like that, like you could maybe get into, but you'd have to move rocks away to get full bodies inside.
Okay. Well, that's too much work. And there's already pretty sparklies here, and my self-preservation is too high. So I'm gonna back away, and then I'm gonna whisper. I'm like, okay, you can turn off your light, and we're gonna back away. And we're gonna go back the way we came.
Okay.
And we're gonna spend the night in this cave. Okay, close to the mouth of the cave.
We are?
Yes. I have to sleep.
Okay. Oh, right. Yes. Of course.
I have to sleep safely.
Of course.
So,
I will keep watch.
I believe in you. Also, when we get to the mouth of the cave, you can raise your voice levels to maybe like a 3.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
We go backwards.
So freaking cute, y'all. So adorable. Oh, and we'll see as Lopa, you kind of tuck yourself in for the night in this cave. Tink settling down, maybe in like Overwatch mode, and the sun finally sets, and the lights still stay aglow.
Good.
But this time they're glowing, more like bioluminescence instead of refracting light from the sun. And it is a more like neon green and fuchsia type colors, and it is just stunning in here.
I would like to, after Lopa falls asleep, if that's if Lopa is able to go to sleep, I would like to try a little something.
Please.
Once Lopa's asleep, and Tink will do very due diligence to keep watch while doing this, but noticing the bioluminescence, they'd like to kind of approach and just sort of shimmy over to one of the bioluminescent rocks and just sort of like, hey, do you know words? And like, we'll just try out a couple of different languages. Like, just, do you have words? Do you have words in every language that Tig can cycle through in her little
Roll me.
Definitely decorum.
I was gonna say decorum.
This is 100% decorum.
Appropriate here. Decorum, empathy, presence.
I
those
am
would be
hoping
great.
for empathy on this one.
Okay.
What's the
the difficulty is going to be
complexity?
kind of up there. This is going to be we'll do 3. We'll do a difficulty
Okay,
3.
okay.
So
okay.
it's not terrible.
Oh, fuck. Oh god, okay.
I was not prepared for this, so I'm gonna hit oh no, voice mod, are you freezing? Don't freeze on me. Cool. Let's see. Let's go to something else real quick. We'll do. Nope. Can you hear me? Can you actually hear me?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, at least that's coming through. Cool. Okay. I know what we're doing. We're going to do this. You do get a response, but not from the rock that you were kind of poking.
Okay.
Hey, we've got words today.
Oh, good. Just wanted to see. I saw that you look like you have life, which is very nice. I like that.
We also like light. It brings us joy.
Joy. That seems like more than nice, right? Bigger than nice.
Much bigger than nice.
I like that an awful lot. Do you get to leave the cave?
One day we'll get to open our eyes and take a look outside.
I don't mean to be, well, no, I'll ask that at a different time. I have a question. Can I ask a question?
Whatever your heart seeks, you should always be willing to ask.
We saw a creature, maybe a person inside the cave. Are they okay?
Currently, there are only 2 organic life forms in here. One is your slumbering friend, and the other is we.
Oh. Okay. Well, then, the other thing isn't organic. But I'm not organic, and sometimes I'm having a bad time. Are they having a bad time? Do you know?
If by having a bad time is when you stub your toe on one of my rocks and you look to the sky and say some bad words, then yes, that's a bad time.
Oh, okay. This was very nice. Usually, nighttime is pretty boring. No one talks. Everyone is asleep. But we're going on an adventure to a place called Golgi. I understand that you all are a we, so I don't know if I could fit you all, but I could maybe fit one if you wanted to come.
You notice almost like a collective brightening of the cave, almost like a deep breath being taken as the bioluminescence kind of illuminates even further.
Are you proposing to take us on your adventure far away from here to somewhere we've never been?
Yes. That's exactly right.
Then come here.
And like the voice as it says come here kind of moves, right? Like if like it was kind of speaking around you, it's as if it's trailing further deeper into the cave, back towards where the cave-in was, to where you had seen that shape, that shadowy shape.
Mm. I would like to follow it. What I would like to do, however, I would. This is not gonna go well, but what I would like to do.
Do it.
Do it.
But
Do
I would
it. Do it.
really.
Do it.
You made rocks
I would.
talk.
I
Fucking
know.
go.
I would really like to like I assume that we set up a little blanket for Lopa. And I want to use my engineering skill to try to I just want to set up like a rudimentary little alarm. Like maybe I take one of my own sensors and just put it on the edges of the blanket just to see if anything crosses the barrier and I need to run and turn on guns.
Yeah. Okay. So before I put out a complexity on this, has Tink ever created something like this?
I think that if Tink has created something like this, which I would say probably it's more likely because she was sleeping in a dumpster with a lot of other junked peace crafts, and she needed to make sure people didn't accidentally put her through the chopper. You know.
Okay. Then let's go ahead with the complexity of 2.
Okay. Engineering.
Okay. It seems you've been able to kind of rig together a very primitive style alarm, but one that would work in case anything were to stir or cross it.
Okay. And I will cautiously, slowly follow the way that I'm being led.
Okay. And we're gonna kind of watch as Tink approaches the cave-in, which softly rumbles, and the rocks kind of shimmy and roll down away into different little piles, allowing you access into the smaller cavern, which doesn't look like that was a cave-in at all.
Oh. Oh. That's very safe. Very nice job.
Thank you for the compliment. Sometimes there are people with darkness in their hearts.
Yes.
We don't want them here.
I don't blame you. It's very difficult. You often can't tell which ones are which.
This is true, but we kind of saw something in you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was it something bad? Because I can probably tweak it.
Why don't you come inside? We have been here for a while and had something to hide.
Well, this feels like an important choice, and it feels like a very risky choice, and I want to make the right one. But I did promise to protect my new friend who did just give me permission to remember them. So if you would, I would like to come in. Could you help provide some reassurance that she'll be okay?
We can offer safety for your friend. Outside the mouth of the cave, we'll be close to non-friends.
And you could kind of hear a little rumbling, almost as if the cave was sealing itself off.
Okay. Thank you. I'll come in.
And we're gonna watch Tink make their way through the cave. The glow kind of like highlighting different parts of your body as you kind of walk through towards whatever that shadowy thing had been, with the glittery items scattered around on the ground at its feet. But you're too tall, and you block the camera's sight, so we don't quite get to see what it is. And the camera goes dark. And we open back up and see Jiminy, Onus, Arrow. Yeah, it you, buddy.
That's me.
What were you doing last, you little fucker? What were you doing last?
Now do that in the rock voice. Where was he? He was in an alleyway, I think, waiting for something. The master. What was the name I made up?
Mastria the Touched.
Mastria the Touched. That's the one.
Mastria the Touched was the Zavoy. You talked to the Zavoy.
Yeah.
He gave you some boiled ham shanks.
Yeah, and I was looking for
extra Zavoy sauce.
With Zavoy sauce, yeah. And I was looking for Master the Touched, who is a member of, definitely not a necromancer cult.
No, not at all.
What a weird shift.
Welcome to Golgi.
Why is everyone trying to come here? So I think the last place we saw him was in an alleyway, and he was getting stood up. They were not arriving.
Yeah. Mastria never shows up, which is unlike them whatsoever. They are very punctual. And in fact, it is almost insulting to them should you be a second late for your appointment. It can immediately close whatever business you could have had with them whatsoever. So you know something's up, something's wrong. Do you look around in this meeting space? Do you care to figure out what's going on?
It's hard to say because it's Golgi, and there's any number of people and strange oddities and weird stuff happening. And he's never met face to face with Mastery of the Touched, so he's not even sure who to look for in person. So, I mean, he's looking around as much as anyone trying to remain inconspicuous would be looking around.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and roll? Roll me like a perception, a streetwise, could even be used here.
Mm-hmm. Decorum. No.
I mean, look, if you could bullshit your way to use decorum.
No, I would be. Oh, love it. No, I would use. I'll use a streetwise. Right, he's looking for the places that normal business wouldn't be conducted. Right, he's looking for signs of abnormal behavior. So streetwise. What's the complexity?
Complexity would be 3.
3.
Baby girl.
That is a success.
That is a good success. You notice as they're kind of like looking around. I mean, it's a typical kind of shady kind of area. You know, dark, dimly lit, not a pleasant odor.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's like some dumpsters here and there. It's very much like like an alleyway sort of thing.
Yeah. And I mean, Jiminy still smells like ham water, so.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
Mm-hmm.
Just like boiled ham bone. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just such a pleasant smell. I mean, really, you fit right in. In fact, that scent alone, you kind of notice there's a couple other bones on the ground that look very similar to the one that you purchased. You might put 2 and 2 together someone else was here. Someone else had a meeting.
Someone else knew the old ham bone trick.
Yeah. You gotta know how to play ham bone.
You would know how you would have to know that. No, I'm making this up right now here on the spot. Would as a the race that I am, as a driftling who has experience living in and literally in and out of different sentient forms, would I be able to look at these old ham bones and possibly determine what consumed them?
Yeah, we're gonna stay on your streetwise roll here, which was successful at that complexity of 3, and I mean you've looked at old things before. You've looked at teeth marks, you know, on whether it's on actual teeth or strange rocks or pieces of metal. Like you're pretty well versed in, I don't know, whatever the fucking word for teeth are. Teeth studies, but not dentistry, because you're not a dentist. Are you a dentist?
No.
Okay. Was your father a dentist?
He was not.
Okay.
It's the study of odontological facts.
Thank you.
Yeah,
there
no
you
problem.
go. I appreciate that. I saw you were looking it up.
Odontology. Yeah, odontology.
I would have also accepted Fang facts.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what it's called when you're in the know.
That's what it's called in the street. That's what it's called in Golgi. It's Fang facts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, Wally. 10 points to Hufflepuff.
He actually opens up his phone, his communication device, and swipes up to fangfinder.org. And he's gonna
He
scroll
also gets
through.
a notification from OnlyFangs.
OnlyFangs is a different. That's a different site entirely. That's for. That's a personal thing. It's a different show.
My. So you were able to clearly tell that it looks like these teeth are from a couple of Orin. There's very much a very uniformed bite, which makes their bite pretty easy to pick out.
Okay. Does that mean anything to me? Other than that it was an Orin? Like, are there any dangerous Orin in the area that I would know about?
There are a couple of gangs in the area. But none that would want to harm Mastria. Mastria, although is known to work with anybody, is so powerful in their ability and their connections that anybody that is from Golgi knows not to fuck with Mastria.
Right. Okay. But Mastria,
your best bet might be to go back and talk to the Zavoy, see if you can.
He's just a contact man. He's like a phone booth, right?
Basically.
Are there any Orin groups that would be like Mastria will work with anybody, but like usually Mastria has a pretty specific set of skills, right? Like at least Liam Neeson level of skills. And would there be any Orim that are looking for that in the area that he would know about that are trying to do the same thing he is, right? Like this map, perhaps, or finding hidden locations or ancient artifacts.
I mean, if you are an outsider and you come to Golgi, you're looking for an answer or a direction for something that you couldn't find in like the Heart Worlds.
Right.
You come here because information can be found. You come here because the seedy underbelly is often a great place to find answers to questions that you just can't get answered anywhere else. The magic here is what makes Golgi so special compared to any other place in Olaxis.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
Now, I would say that you have maybe some contacts with some other, we'll call them morticians.
Wow, is that what we're calling?
Yeah, we're gonna call them morticians. I actually kind of like that. We're gonna call them morticians. Who deal in magic and work pretty closely with Mastria. Obviously, you have vendors that you've sold stuff to.
Yeah.
Maybe purchase stuff from. So you have connections here on Golgi.
Okay.
So if you needed to figure out where Mastria might be, who might have seen Mastria last.
Yeah, I mean, the mystery of Mastria's mystery, if you will, is not really what Jiminy is looking for. It's inconvenient that Mastria is missing, because Mastria the Missing is a different person entirely. But he really needs to decode this map. And Mastria the Touched is just crazy enough to do it. And he's not sure that he trusts anyone enough to bring someone else in on this. You know what I mean? I think he's gonna casually smell the bone and make it look like he was interested in the bone for some reason, and just be like, oh no, shucks, and just toss it over his shoulder, in case anyone is spying on these bones in particular for any reason. And he's going to head back to his ship as inconspicuous as possible, just in case.
Before you head back, you make the turn. Your foot kind of steps on something soft, and you pull your foot back up, hoping it's not boiled ham. And you look down, and you see a small little patch of fur with what looks to be a... Is that like a mummified dressing?
I don't know. Is that
small? Maybe about 3 inches or so. And there is dark gray fur kind of pressed with it as if it had belonged to it, or it was wrapped around something that was furry.
How big is this thing?
Like I said, it's about 3 inches.
So
that's too big.
Yeah, I think he'll kind of bend down and pick it up.
It seems out of place.
Yeah, it does sound like it's out of place. No, I picked that up, literally.
Yeah. Did you get what I put down?
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah. I did. I picked up what you put down, which was a mummified fur patch.
Yeah, perfect. Cool.
Yeah.
And you put it in your inventory, and you continue on your quest.
Yeah, I have to go back to the ship where I have tools to analyze mummified fur patches.
Yes.
Because, you've seen the business card.
Oh, I mean, it's a great business card.
Thank you.
Who doesn't get business with a card like that?
Herringbone. It's a whole thing.
Just all over. Love it. Well, you end up making your way back to your ship, and unfortunately, due to time, we're gonna have to figure out what you investigate next time.
Bum bum bum.
On Starstruck.
But
that's it.
We do know we're all going to Golgi soon. So
I know I'm gonna get you all fucking there.
Doesn't have a watermark there.
Frothing at the mouth over Golgi.
It's a slow process,
Give
slow
me the
process
Golgi.
happening. I mean, we already got one person. They're flying to Golgi.
I wanted to interject so bad when Sparksy left and you were like, yeah, but you travel way slower. I just wanted that scene to have happened like a year ago. Right?
That's
Oh,
in my
totally.
mind,
Yeah.
that absolutely started
Yep.
a year ago.
Yeah.
You're moving at a speed of 1.
Oh,
Yeah.
And
I know
ships move at a
exactly.
speed of 5.
Oh, I know exactly the sound they are making as they're flying too.
Yes. It's like all I can think of is like when reach back to the 2000s when Invader Zim is coming from their planet to Earth
Oh my
and he's
gosh,
trying to
yes.
sleep and it's Gurr but it's Sparksy instead. Doom 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 doom.
Oh my gosh, I am playing Gurr, aren't I?
You are playing Gurr and it's fantastic and we're here for it. We're here for it. I think that makes me Zim, and I'm okay with that. I'm, you know, all right.
Oh, yeah.
We are ending a little bit early today, for secret reasons. So let's go around, do our introductions, get the hell out of here, and we'll see you next week for that kind of stuff. So we'll start with the newest face. Wally, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet, and what are you up to?
What's up, y'all? It is me, well, your favorite non-binary slime best friend on the internet, who will, let's see, they'll let you have the first bite of the Nestle Crunch bar, you know? And I mean a bite, not like to break off a piece of it, you know, I mean a bite. And if you take a big bite, I'm like, you know what, you can have the rest. I'm a giving person. I'm a very giving person. You can find me every Monday over at Colonomicon playing me some Monster of the Week at 7 p.m. It's a fun game. It's probably, it's an 18 plus game. So just saying there's gonna be naughty words in it. So, you know, just saying, you know, put the kids to bed before you watch. Then after that on Wednesday, I'm back here playing the cutest robot on the internet. That's right. I put it out there in the world, y'all. You're stuck with this. And then, after that, oh boy, every other Sunday you can catch me over the Killer DMs channel playing some Mass Sunset City. That's actually this week is my Mass week, so you're gonna see me playing a game of Mass Sunset City over the Killer DM at 9:30 p.m. You can check the VOD if you missed the episode, and also the 23rd over at Colonomicon, I am running my first ever streamed game. I am running my first ever streamed game. I am running a game of Thirsty Sword Lesbians for Colonomicon's Powered by the Apocalypse May. I'm running a game of Thirsty Sword Lesbians that I am heavily being inspired by Resident Evil 8 because, oh boy.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Okay.
It's going to be a grand time.
Okay.
Bitch, Final Fantasy. No, not you. Did you say Resident Evil 8?
Resident Evil 8.
Yeah, I took a lot of inspiration for this one shot I'm running from Resident Evil 8.
Oh God, yes. Okay, I had to have an outburst. I'm so happy.
Okay, I'm here for it. Well, have that outburst continue on its way, Luma, rather, because it's you now. Who are you? Where can we find you on the internet, and what are you up to?
It's me. I'm a loafer, played by Luma Hype. I am perpetually exhausted, but probably won't be soon because it is the end of this graduate student second semester, graduate school, yay. So that's what's going on with me. And my plug is that it's going to be my birthday on Friday. So yeah, when you're younger. But yeah, that's pretty much it going on with me. I'm surrounded by beautiful, wonderful people who have a lot going on, and I'm just gonna plug them. Go see their stuff. Go look at their stuff. They're amazing. And I'm gonna popcorn it to Noom.
Hi, I'm Gnome. I have to leave very soon, but I adore you all. Thank you for playing Weird Space with me.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gnome.
This is darling. Love your faces.
Last but not least, Diana, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet, and what are you up to?
Hi, I'm Diana. I'm Super Dylan everywhere on the internet. You can find me on my own Twitch channel at Super Dylan. I usually stream either cozy games like Stardew or Spiritfarer or Dragon Age over and over and over again until you all stop watching. So I do that. I if you like Peter Pan, I wrote a Neverland setting for Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition that you can play in, and it is a year old 2 days ago. So it is very much celebrating an anniversary right now. So if you like that, you should check it out. And then otherwise, I am also one half of the podcast Femsplained, where me and my best friend who lives on the other side of the country, before all relationships were digital, we had years of a digital relationship and had to figure out how to stay in touch, and we chose podcasting. So that's a place for femme voices to hang out and talk about nerd stuff in a place where no one quizzes us. And that's everything that I do.
Are you a digital relationship hipster? Is that what just happened just now?
Yeah. It's
Wow.
it's weird because people used to be like, "Oh, you're best friends, but you never see each other and you have no pictures together," and like, well, it used to be a weird thing, but now it's just normal because everybody's digital.
You hear that, you normies?
Yeah.
But seriously, link in chat for the Impossible Island. Go check that out. It's super dope. I love Peter Pan, and you should too, because I said so. And because Diana worked hard and made it. But that's it for us. We will see you guys next week for more space shenanigans where we find any excuse to bring that rock back so no one can sing for us. That's all I got. From all of us to you guys, we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.